What's going on, guys? I'm just going to do a quick intro to this video. I'm going to show you how I apply blood to a Jason mask. This particular mask is a part 4 end seam that I'm making. What you'll need for this is water, some Q-tips, some tissue, blood. Obviously, I'm using JDF Studios blood. What you want to do with the blood is get blood from a company or make it yourself. I do suggest getting it from a company like JDF or Perma Blood or Fleet Blood, whatever's out there. So you get blood and you want to have different consistencies of this blood. So for me, I have one that's regular, I have one watered down, and then I have a darker version of the blood. Starting off with the lighter version, I apply it near the wound. As you can see, I'm dabbing it with 2 Q-tips just to give it a more natural spread and consistency. I don't want any hard edges. I noticed with a lot of hockey mask makers, they tend to just slap blood on. That's not, I think, the way it looks like in the film. So this is the method I'm using. Also for this mask, I got the reference photos for how I'm adding blood and weathering and everything from Curse Camp Studios and Crash Creations. I usually look at their work because their hockey masks are the most accurate ones on the market. So that pretty much sums that up. You'll need brushes, Q-tips, tissues, blood, of course, water, decent work area. At this point, you see I'm dabbing a brush around the edges because I don't want it to look too placed. I want it to look more natural. I want it to look more messy and inconsistent. You want the blood to sort of have an ombre effect. So what you'll do is you'll build up with a light blood paint around, and then you'll slowly start to add thicker, darker blood closer to the wound. So you have to just play around with it and see what works best for you. But that looks more real to have the darker blood towards the gash. If anybody is interested in getting a mask made, you can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is dalshalcreates. I'll put that on the screen now. And you can order a mask to be made. My part 4 end seam mask goes for $75. That comes with an adjustable strap, and it takes 1 to 3 weeks to make and have shipped out to you, depending on how my orders are looking at the time. I also make part 3, part 4 shower seam, part 5. Those are the masks I'm currently making. Also, if you want to purchase a blank mask, these blanks were provided to me by Top Notch Hawk Replica on Etsy. They're also known as Friday Hawks 13th on Etsy. Be sure to look them up. That's where I get my part 3 blanks from. There's other companies, they make part 3s, but I find that these are better because the plastic he uses is thinner, so it's a bit more accurate to the film. And the mold itself looks a lot better than the other ones on the market, in my opinion at least. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. To help as much as I can without giving away too many of my secrets. Definitely willing to help anyone out that's trying to make their own So as you'll see from here, I do a lot of applying blood and a lot of dabbing, just to get the certain look that I'm going for. That you're supposed to be using for the inner part of the wound. Because as you know, in the movie, he is running through the rain. There's the shower scene where he's getting wet. So the blood is obviously flowing out of his wound, but it's also being wet and diluted by the water around him. So you definitely want it to be darker in the inside of the gash and lighter as it spreads out. Again, I'm using the Q-tip technique when it comes to weathering. In general, Q-tip is your best friend. Q-tip and tissue and dry brushing is the way to go. So for this specific part, I'm using a very thin brush. Unfortunately, around this part of the video, my battery does die, so you don't see exactly what I'm doing. So I'll try to explain it. There's a scratch mark, which I think it's supposed to be more of a crack mark. And it's supposed to be very contrasty with with blood. So what I'm doing is basically adding blood to it. As you can see, the video skips straight to it. But yeah, that's basically what I did. Use a thin brush, and then once you do apply the blood, you'll see that it might be uneven. What you want to do is get a Q-tip and try to like clean it up a bit as much as you can. Also, another technique you can use is when you cut a Q-tip, the Q-tip has a bit of a sharp edge. Use that sharp edge to clean around the mark that you made. So in this part, you'll see me apply blood, and this is just to give it more of a residue effect in certain areas. Again, for these, the references I'm going off are from Curse Camp Studios and Crash Creations hockey masks, because they are currently the most accurate hockey mask makers in the game. I try to go off screen grabs sometimes as well, but I feel like for screen grabs I just can't get a good enough one. I don't have the right software to freeze the screen at the perfect time, especially for a movie that old. You know, you don't see Jason too much. You know, it's a flash when you see him, and then it's like it goes straight to movement or action, so it's hard to get a good grab, especially for part 3 and 4, and I mean even 5 there wasn't too much Jason scenes. I feel like as the movies continued coming out, you would probably see Jason more. Like in part 8 you see Jason a lot, so if you're ever doing a part 8 mask, it's easy to get references from the film. Probably a few more others. So from here, I'm just adding blood in certain areas that need to have blood, and I'm trying to follow the exact pattern I see being used by other hawk makers. This actually pretty much wraps up the mask itself. I'll show some close-ups now. I'm actually really happy with the way this came out. Again, the part 4 end scene. Once again, I do offer these up on if you want to place an order. These take 1 to 3 weeks, depending on my current workload, and this is more or less what you'll get. Not every hockey mask comes out the same, but this is pretty much my most recent work. Thanks for watching.